Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gazala Uradnik. I am with GFS Events, and I am so honored to be here today with the Executive Director of Mount Si Senior Center, Susan Kingsbury-Comeau. Susan, thank you so much for joining me today to talk a little bit about Mount Si Senior Center.
Absolutely. Thanks for helping us out, Gazala. We're so happy to be bringing our fundraising online and to support Mount Si Senior Center's Spring into Action Week of Giving.
Excellent. Well, I know that this is not exactly how you and I pictured this. I think we were both hoping that we would be at a fabulous location, sharing a champagne toast together. But the reality is we are in front of our computers talking in a socially safe distance. So hopefully we'll be able to let everyone know a little bit more about the importance of Mount Si Senior Center and why this week of giving is so important in the community.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit, especially right now, how are you, your loved ones, your employees, friends, how's everyone faring during this time of quarantine?
You know, Gazala, these are really interesting times. Families are challenged by being together a lot, and yet they're isolated from their extended families and their families of choice. We're struggling to find new ways to get to juggle all of our responsibilities around work and family and community, and to find the time to get it all done. And yet, we also found that with fewer places to go, we have time to be there for others. So it is a really interesting time. You know, for me, on the personal level, I'm juggling schooling my 10-year-old son and what has become a 60-hour-a-week job. And my joy is that my family is spending more time together, and that is a source of strength for me. At the same time, you know, or similarly, our employees have their struggles and their joys, both as they serve seniors and they stay healthy for their families and for the people that we serve.
Sure.
I think the thing is that it's about being there for others. And for us, we are there for seniors in particular. We're responding to the needs of senior citizens during the COVID crisis by providing lunches and making phone calls, social check-in calls and wellness calls to hundreds of households every day. And we're providing information and resources, transportation and housing. So we find that in these interesting times, there are some things that we know we're rock solid on what it is that we do, and we're finding new ways to do that, and we're creative in the process. So again, kind of interesting times, but we're getting it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that so many of us are feeling isolated, concerned about our health, coping with changes on a daily basis. This is something that's new for us, but it's not new for seniors. Those are all things that seniors face on a regular basis. So tell us a little bit, if it's so hard on us, what's it like for seniors right now?
You know, I think that we're getting a glimpse of what it is to be a senior. For those of us who aren't seniors yet, we're getting a glimpse of that. I see on Facebook and in talking with my friends, you know, that we are trying to cope with isolation and with concerns about health, and you know, just all the uncertainty that's coming from a situation that seems to be changing daily. And what's not lost on me, and I think some of the others who are very close to our seniors, is that what we're getting is a little taste of what it is to be a senior.
Yeah.
So at some point, I'm going to return, my friends are going to return to something that's a new normal. But as you age, right?
Yeah.
This feeling, these concerns about health and the isolation that you feel and the uncertainty, you know, the world's changing around you. As you age, that is your experience. That is your regular experience, day after day, year after year. It might not happen all at once. It's not like one day you become a senior and boom, that's what happens for you. But it sort of creeps in.
Sure.
Right? And so I think that the interesting thing is that our seniors have lived through so much. They actually have a lot of wisdom based on experience. They've been through things. They've supported community. They've 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 had to go through really hard times where they've had to really pull things together to support the people around them, their families, their friends, their neighbors. And there's a lot that we can learn if we stop to listen, if we don't let isolation be their experience, but rather that we open our hearts and we open our ears, and we say that we're willing to listen and to learn from their experience. I think that there's a lot that comes by breaking down that isolation and making those connections. And you know, this is Older Americans Month, and this is the perfect time to take that challenge up,
Absolutely.
to learn something from the seniors.
Absolutely. You know, Susan, you and I have known each other for quite a few years, well before you arrived at Mount Si Senior Center. I know you've been in the fundraising and development world for years. Tell me a little bit about kind of your inspiration. What prompted you to get involved with Mount Si Senior Center, and how did you get where you are?
How did I get to my office? I drove here. No. Just like I do every day, 7 days a week. No, you know, I got to. I think it was foretold by the prophets that I end up here. I came to Mount Si Senior Center because I really wanted to bring my nonprofit, my fundraising experience to something in the Valley. I had already been doing some fundraising for our schools. I had already had an educational and programmatic background. And I really believe in the strength of communities. I feel that building communities and building supports for everyone in our community is really vital. And I thought that there was a way that I had this unique mix of things that could really make a difference in the lives of people. And building an organization like Mount Si Senior Center to be stronger, to support people who really want to live their fullest lives, it was such a welcome opportunity. And you know, the work that we're doing now during COVID, providing some basic supports, is the same kind of work that we do year round. It's just a natural extension, actually, of what we do year round, because we're working with seniors to help them achieve wellness and to maintain their independence and to enjoy social connections and to experience an enriched life. We do that. I mentioned our lunch programs and our health and wellness appointments, our social services, our fitness classes, social and recreational activities. We see 1,000 seniors a year. We do it all. We do even more. We provide housing for seniors. We've got Snow Ridge Apartments, and we just finished buying Cascade Park Apartments, a 2-year project. But we've secured all the senior-only affordable housing that there is in the Valley in perpetuity. We also do this really great thing called transportation. We get people to where they need to go or where they must go. And that has been working. Snoqualmie Valley Transportation and the Valley Shuttle have been operating all through the COVID crisis. And here's the great thing. To date, no one has been sick on our staff.
That's great
No one's
news.
gotten COVID, because you know what, we're actually good at what we do. And we have some competence in that area, but also that's a bit of luck and safety precautions. As an aside, I mentioned that as an aside.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You know what, the supports that we provide, the activities and the housing and the transportation, it's these kinds of supports that help seniors continue to live happy, engaged, full lives in the communities that they love, and that they maintain their independence in doing so. You know, at the end of the day, we all go home feeling like we've made a difference. And that's, I think, in the end, what was so attractive about coming to Mount Si Senior Center.
Excellent. Well, I know that we are definitely seeing, and you talked a little bit about this, a very rapidly changing world. And when we were sitting together at Mount Si Senior Center at the beginning of this year in January of 2020, you probably had a very different vision of what 2020 looked like when January began. So now that we are into May and the last couple of months have brought so many changes, things that none of us ever experienced or dreamed of. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing for 2020 now.
Um, you know what? I'm seeing a nimble organization that knows how to respond to the needs of seniors and how to provide supports. But let me be a little more specific. We've already served over 1,600 meals just since March 12th to
Wow.
people who are driving up. It's really great. We're feeding 45 seniors a day. We're making hundreds of phone calls every week to senior households, making sure that they feel connected. A lot of our seniors are just so delighted that we're calling. And so we've made thousands of calls actually in the last 2 months. We've continued to provide transportation. We provide services, social support services. I mentioned the Cascade Park Apartments. So that's kind of what we've been doing the last 2 months. Going forward, I'm hoping that we're able to reopen, at the earliest possible date. I don't know what that's going to look like. I
Yeah.
mean, we're obviously making modifications and we're looking at best practices. I'm really looking forward to reconnecting with the seniors who we serve, and also to get to meet some of the seniors that we've met as a result of this, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
I think we're
I
all
think,
hoping for
yeah, I
that
think we've
change.
made I think we've made some real friends during this time.
Well, that's
But
great to
I think
hear.
that, yeah, definitely, definitely. We are looking forward to giving seniors a way to battle what has been a gut-wrenching isolation
Yeah.
for many of them. Also, I think that the new plan for 2020 is, how do we educate some seniors on how to use technology to connect when they can't be here? There's always going to be a reason why you can't come into the senior center: hip replacement, you were sick, whatever. But if you know how to join a conference call, or how to use your smartphone, or how to FaceTime or do a Zoom meeting, I think that, providing that education to our seniors for the time that, as soon as we reopen, that's going to be hugely important, which means that we're looking at how we do programming, and that's going to be part of what is our new normal.
That's great. I bet you probably never thought you would implement a Zoom call training program at the senior center.
Kind of didn't know. and and one of the things that I'm really excited about, and it's a little more traditional, it's not quite Pony Express, but and it's not a big plan, it's a small plan, but it's meaningful, is that we have a parade coming up this Friday to support seniors, or sorry, this Saturday to
Saturday.
support seniors. Yeah, it's between 10 and 12, and we've got the fire departments and the police and all sorts of people who are going to parade through Snoqualmie Ridge, downtown Snoqualmie, and North Bend, to support seniors. And we're going to be pushing information out.
That's
And
awesome.
that totally, yeah.
That's going to be real fun. I'm excited about seeing that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you probably have hundreds of success stories that you want to share. Since we only have time for probably just one, do you have a special success story that you just want to tell us a little bit about? That's just
Yeah. So, if there were any question about the value of what we're doing, I think this one senior kind of really wrapped it up. It was a moment that brought a tear to my eye. So I got this note from this senior, and she said that, and I'm just going to read this. I was not eating at least 2 to 3 days a week. Preparing even simple food was overwhelming. And is why I was told I had visited the ER a few times recently. Thanks to your outreach, I'm eating daily except weekends. I'm grateful, although I have gained 5 pounds. Note the senior is now getting extra meals on Fridays too. And I think that, that's the thing, is we're feeding people and they are relying on us.
Yeah, absolutely. So our week of giving kickoff officially starts with this awesome video, and we're super excited for a week-long donation program to bring needed funds to Mount Si Senior Center. And you've also mentioned that it's Older Adults Month, so that's another great reason to make a donation. But if you had to sum it up, what would you say is the most important reason to support Mount Si Senior Center?
You know, I can't really think of a better reason than to say that we provide essential services for seniors so that they can be independent. It's because of people like Junie that we do what we do and that we need to still be here for seniors. They've so much to give. And, you know, we can help them through our programs. They can help themselves, actually, is probably the better way to say it, to retain some of that vitality and find that the value. They've still so much to offer, and they've got a lot of life left to live. And sometimes, you know, you need a little help to maintain your independence. You know, what we do is a life changer for people like Junie and plenty of other seniors. And, you know, I'd say that what's important is I think giving to support this mission is really important. But I'd also say that spreading the word of our good work to support seniors, whether by word of mouth, email, or social media, is really important. And also, what's really meaningful is to demonstrate your care and your concern for seniors in public ways that inspire others to do the same.
Excellent. Well, our week of giving has officially kicked off. We are excited. Look for our thermometer that you will be able to be sharing constantly to get to our goal. And I'm just going to raise a virtual glass of champagne to you, Susan. We can't officially clink glasses, but I think it's going to be a fantastic week. And I look forward to getting Mount Si Senior Center to its $45,000 goal.
Well, thanks. And Ghazala, you know, I want to say thanks to our team that's been working on this. They have been working really hard to pivot to an online event. And thanks to our sponsors. Without their early support, we'd be challenged for sure. But I'm feeling really confident that they see the value in what we're doing. And I think that their leadership in giving early says something to our community as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Susan.
Thanks, Ghazala.